your biggest workloads. And right now, with zero commitment, try OCI for free. Just go to oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim, oracle.com/Kim.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Well, hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talkback. It's Monday. The weekend went quickly, but here we are, ready to start another work week, and we're starting it with you. Thanks for joining us here on the show. I'm Al Quartermont, along with Stephen Maxwell. It's another cool morning outside, but it feels good.
I would say it's cold.
Cold, not just cool, huh?
I got up at 5:30 this morning, went outside to take out the dog, and I had 3 jackets on, it felt like.
Wow.
2 of them.
How does the dog like the weather?
I think he likes it. You know,
Yeah.
he's a poodle, so they have like sheep's wool. So they're made for this. He was excited,
Aw.
running in circles. So
And of course, with daylight savings time now, as we fell back an hour, it's getting lighter out earlier, but it's getting darker out sooner as well.
I was confused because I get my morning coffee at Little Cakes,
Mhm.
and it was bright when I was in the drive-thru. I feel like I'm late.
I know, yes.
Something's going on
Yeah.
here. But I enjoy it. Now that I'm in a normal person schedule, this is the best time.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Channel 5 schedule at night, I hated it.
Yeah.
Whenever I was at the super early morning at Channel 12 in Shreveport, it was awful.
Yes.
But it's good now.
Oh,
So,
good.
mhm.
Nice that we've got it set up well for you.
Thank you. I'm glad y'all did it for me.
For sure. Yeah, I felt like at 6 o'clock at night last night, I'm like, man, it almost feels like bedtime right now. It's weird.
It was a long day yesterday for us.
Yeah.
Just it felt like a long day.
Yeah.
Great day, but
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. And then now this time of day when I'm driving in, the sun is shining like right into the front of my car almost the whole time. So I'm like blinded.
Blinded by the light,
Yeah.
wrapped up like
Or cut loose like a deuce.
Is that what it says?
That's what Springsteen's original line is, but Man for Man, when they covered that song, they changed it to something that sounds stupid.
Springsteen was the original?
Uh-huh.
Holy crud.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he wrote that song, and he performs once in a while.
Can I
Not
say
quite.
this on air? Do they say a word that I think they say in that song?
That's what it sounds like. Wrapped up like a...
No, there's something else. Made
Oh.
my something curly whirly. What does it say before that?
I'm
Hold up. I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
trying to think in my head, like running the song.
I'll look it up and let you know before I
Okay.
make myself look like more of an idiot.
Oh, we don't want that.
No, not
Yeah.
today.
Not today, because we'll be talking with the folks. Our number, 318-442-8255 on Talkback. And we'd love to have you call in on the BOM Bank Talk line. The sports weekend, Cowboys play tonight, actually.
Mm-hmm. Cardinals.
Against the Cardinals.
I got to see if my ticket's sold. I've been having a hard time this year.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
not a hot ticket anymore?
No, I mean, I end up losing $1 or $2 on them sometimes. and- yeah, because I buy them for like $100. They were $70 when I bought them in 2014. a
Yeah.
piece. Not bad. Now they're like $120.
Wow.
And so I sold one for like $65 the other day. Drives me insane.
He's losing money.
But I only had it just so I could go when I was a kid or
Yeah.
a teenager.
Yeah.
I didn't really buy them to sell, so I have like a nosebleed by
Right.
itself.
Right.
So it's not always the most attractive ticket to sell.
Yeah, I remember you going over there by yourself when you were a college student.
I won almost every game for a couple years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's loyalty.
Mhm.
And what did it get you?
No catch. Not a whole lot.
Yeah, frustration and tears. But sports will do that to you.
Yeah.
It'll break your heart. Just like the Toronto Blue Jays.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Oh, gosh.
I saw the replay of what happened in Game 7 a little bit, but I saw the end of Game 6.
Yes.
So dumb. It's so bad.
Well,
It just
yeah.
hurts. You know, they didn't do anything wrong. But,
Right, right.
But it like, you thought it was going to be a base hit for a second, but the way the outfielder was coming in, you knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like the line drive.
I mean, base running in the last 2 games really cost the Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go back in Game 6, the reason the runners were on base in that situation was the line drive that the hitter hit, like, lodged itself between the wall and the ground, which is almost impossible. Mark DeRosa from MLB Central was out there the next day trying to throw a ball to try to make it. It was impossible. It's just freak thing. And so that probably kept the game from being tied, as that turned out. And then in Game 7, it was the Jays were in control until the top of the ninth, and one of the weakest hitters, maybe the weakest hitter on the Dodgers, hits a 1-out home run to tie the game, send it into extra innings. Blue Jays probably should have won it on a ground ball to second, but for whatever reason, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa didn't take a leadoff, and he kind of got a slow break on it and was out by like an inch. If he takes even like a 2-foot leadoff, if he runs through the plate instead of sliding, if he slides probably head first, any of those things. So that's the pain you go through as a baseball fan.
But I'll probably never go back.
Congratulations, though, to the underdog, adversity-ridden Dodgers.
Yeah.
Listening to their post-game interviews, I'm like, you would think that this was like the Cinderella story of all time. And I'm just like, guys, you ran $1.2 billion worth of pitchers out there that night. I mean, come on. Don't insult us.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, yes, in the game itself, the salaries aren't going to matter, but it's what you've put together to have that. I mean, they ran out basically 4 Cy Young level pitchers in that game because their bullpen is the one thing that stinks on that team, and they were able to hide it. So anyway, baseball season is over.
We figured they would win, and it was just a little bit more interesting than we thought.
Yeah, no, give the Blue Jays a lot of credit. That's a great team. They have a lot of chemistry. They battled hard. They had players that you don't expect that stepped up this year, but alas, that's the way it goes.
I'm so upset.
I know you are.
Yeah.
College football, LSU didn't lose this weekend because they didn't play. They had a bye. Getting ready for Alabama week.
I feel like they're going to win. They're going to beat Alabama.
I wouldn't be surprised, but that would be a tall order for sure.
Well, you kind of get that new coach high.
Yeah.
You know, we have adversity.
Mm-hmm.
We have a chip on our shoulder, and
yes,
use that to your advantage, and then we'll probably lose a few more.
Yeah, and the big question is, who are they going to hire next? The only thing about playing Saturday is they're at Alabama. If that was a home game, I might be more with you that LSU could pull off the upset, but we'll see. Alabama is favored by quite a bit in this game.
Yeah.
I read an article yesterday on The Advocate. The reporter, I can't remember his name, but he interviewed 15 people who've been close to the program the last 4 years. Now, he interviewed them all anonymously, meaning that none of them would give their name. So I take stories like that with a grain of salt. If they're not willing to talk on record, how credible is it? But I thought the reporter did a pretty good job of just laying out the overall atmosphere. It seemed like the last few years was, here's a coach who had a tremendous track record at Notre Dame, but realized might not be able to win a national championship there. LSU had all the components for him to be able to win a national championship in terms of recruiting and support for the program. But then the weird thing is, kind of the vibe you get from the article is that he almost wasn't engaged fully. Like he gave a lot of responsibility to his assistant coaches, but just didn't really, like, he was gone a lot. He wasn't present a lot. A lot of the players, he didn't even know their names. There were parents who said that their kid was there the last 4 years and they had never really met him. Just sort of weird. It was almost like, sometimes you see people do this. They get like their dream job for whatever reason, and then they're like, take it for granted, and they're hardly around, and they miss a lot of time. And
they like the chase more than the responsibility.
Maybe so. So that seemed to be kind of the bottom line of all of it. And that led to maybe a lack of preparedness in situations. So.
And now he makes $800,000 and not do anything about it.
Right. Although that's still, I guess, being negotiated, what exactly the buyout will end up being, and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, crazy. I had to laugh because we played that news conference live on Friday with Vern Osbury and then the two Board of Supervisors members, John Carmouche, and the other guy's name's escaping me right now, who's the chairman of the board or president, whatever. Anyway, the tablecloth that they were using apparently was so ratty. People were taking pictures of it like from the side. It looked like something they just pulled out of the trash. It just cracked me up if you get to see any pictures of it.
Oh, man.
Not exactly the image you want to project, but kind of a metaphor for where the program is right now.
I always thought it was weird when I go to Saints games, they'd have like these ratty old fold-out chairs just like in the concession area and fold-out tables. I was like, what the heck are they doing?
I know. Yeah. I mean, the little things make a difference.
And then like the bathrooms in the Superdome was like the round table urinals, you know? I was like, what is this?
Yes.
I prefer my wine and cheese Cowboy Stadium.
That's the state of the art. That's the gold standard.
But I've been to a bunch of them. Like Arrowhead is kind of like that old school feel. It was much nicer. I know they did the revamp in the Superdome, but...
Worst bathrooms of any sports venue?
The Saints? I don't know, maybe.
No, Chicago, Wrigley.
I don't remember them. I just remember everyone being a jerk to the way to the bathroom.
Oh, you have to like pee in a trough, basically.
That's kind of like the Superdome where I was at.
Oh, really?
In the peasant section.
Oh, the peasant section.
Yeah. That's normal people.
The nosebleed seats?
Yeah, the nosebleed.
The euchre seats?
Yeah, that's right. Those are the fun ones. That's where all the rowdy fans are.
Yeah. NFL yesterday, did you see the kicker for the Jaguars? 68-yard field goal.
No.
When he was lining up, his foot was literally on his own 40-yard line.
Is that a record?
Yes. Yeah. Broke the former record held by Justin Tucker.
66?
I think so, yeah.
That's amazing. Changes the game. Game changer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had him on my fantasy team earlier this year, but I cut him after a couple weeks ago. He had a 0. I'm like, nope. No kicker will survive my team.
I did not see a single NFL play yesterday.
You know, I'm not surprised to hear that because there's this fantasy football league that we're in. And,
dude, I gave everyone a warning. I told Nathan, I was like, look, if you put me in your league, I'll be there for the draft, and I'm checking out. He'll text me sometimes and be like, hey, you going to change your lineup?
As it turns out, I had a kind of terrible week, only 78 points.
Oh, you're playing me.
But my opponent had 45 points because he had Jalen Hurts on a bye, David Njoku on a bye, DeAndre Swift was out with an injury, and Calvin Ridley was out with an injury.
Well, I told y'all that's the way it's been like your bye week.
You had Caleb Williams on your bench who scored 38.7 points for the Bears as quarterback, and you had Hurts in there with a bye.
I should have beat you then. Huh?
You would have beaten me. Then you also had Michael Pittman on your bench, and he had 21 points.
Well, if I would have known I was playing you, maybe I would have checked it.
I'm glad you didn't.
I'm glad. I noticed that you didn't hit me up like Steven. You might want to check your roster. I want this to be a fair fight.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're underway. So when we come back, we'll jump into some other topics. And glad you can be with us here on Talkback.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. From Kleenex to Tylenol, Kimberly-Clark inking a deal this morning to buy Kenvue for roughly $40 billion. Beyond Tylenol, Kenvue's portfolio includes Listerine mouthwash, Benadryl allergy medicine, and Band-Aids. Kimberly-Clark is the maker of Kleenex tissues, Huggies diapers, and Scott paper towels. Kenvue has struggled since it was spun off from Johnson & Johnson 2 years ago. Checking on your money, earnings from a number of tech heavyweights last week, including Amazon and Apple, making investors optimistic over artificial intelligence. S&P futures are heading for a higher open. Since the market meltdown in April, the S&P 500 has soared almost 40%. And one by one, companies have been cutting workers, and job cuts from Amazon to UPS and Target are flashing red flags for the labor market. There have been almost 950,000 job cuts in the U.S. this year through September, according to Challenger Gray and Christmas. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
Did you know you could be missing out on some of the coolest events in town? With the Rapides Parish Library's easy online calendar, you get instant access to workshops, painting classes, book clubs, and more. right from your phone or computer. Just click, search, sign up, and show up. Unlock a world of learning, events, fun, and online access, all with your RPL library card. Visit rpl.org and get connected today.
Well, Sunday, a beautiful day with sunny skies, afternoon highs near 66 degrees. The winds out of the north at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now tonight, a cool night with skies clear, overnight lows down to 37 degrees. Yeah, chilly. Sunny skies for us on Monday, afternoon highs near 69. And Tuesday looking good as well with sunshine, 73 for the high. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, we are back. Alan Stephen with you here on a crisp and cool Monday morning. It definitely feels like fall. And, well, Friday ended with some pretty good news for the area as Alexandria International Airport officials announced that a new airline will be coming back. Not a new line, an old airline coming back that's been gone since 2022.
Making a comeback. United Airlines left in 22, like Al said. When they left, apparently, they were talking about coming back in 25.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't happen, but they did come up with an agreement to come back in 26 through SkyWest Airlines, to contract it through them. And flights will begin May 2026. You can book them now. Straight to George Bush International in Houston, 2 a day to start out.
All right. So May
26th.
Okay. I know after COVID, a lot of shortages with pilots. Maybe that's starting to get a little better, but that'll be convenient.
Yeah. And another option for you.
I know a lot of people liked it when they had that direct flight to Charlotte. And back in the day, I remember when I used to fly down here, or when I flew down here from Wisconsin, the first time I ever came down here, flew through Memphis via, I guess, was that Northwest? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I believe so. But that flight went away. I remember they had it, though, for quite a while because they used to do a little Mardi Gras thing at the Memphis airport where everyone would fly up there and fly back in one day.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why people like the Charlotte Connect or the Charlotte destination.
Well, maybe probably because you just don't have to go through Atlanta
Oh,
to
okay.
get there.
I just never think of those things.
I know. Yeah.
What's the cheapest? I'll do it.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, they were excited about that, and they had all the who's who's out there doing the announcement. And I think that's something people have been asking for a while. Some people are saying, well, it's only 2 flights. That's just the beginning.
Can confirm it was Northwest, thanks to a listener.
I'm guessing they don't
So-
exist anymore.
Now, used to be Northwest oriented, or I had a friend of mine, he had all the nicknames for all the airlines. That one was Northwest disoriented.
They moved to the Southwest and changed their name.
Delta, he called it Helta. They had all kinds of them. The best airline I've ever experienced was based out of Appleton, Wisconsin, and it existed in the Midwest mostly. It was Midwest Express, and every seat on the plane was basically like a first class seat, like a wider leather seat, and you would get a meal, a good meal on every flight, and it wasn't that expensive.
The worst thing I ever did 2 summers ago, we ended up just buying first class seats because it wasn't that much more expensive, and we thought with our daughter flying for the first time, it'd give us that extra room, and it just ruined me for ever wanting to fly anything else again. This is so nice.
Yeah.
It's so
It
nice.
is.
You get treated like a king.
Yep.
Get all this space. And on the way up, because we were flying to Idaho, on the way up, my daughter had her car seat, and we got the extra seat because we didn't buy her one because we're not that rich. And so we took a gamble. They're like, hey, we have an extra seat. You can put her in her own seat.
Wow.
So they did it. She slept the whole way from from Houston to Boise. Fantastic.
Wow.
And, and the way back, we took a gamble. Like, we're going to do a red-eye flight because she's going to sleep the whole time.
Nope.
It was hell is an understatement. She didn't sleep a wink.
Oh,
It was just, she was mad the whole time. And we can't blame her. We sleep deprived her
yeah,
because we kind of kept her up through the day and we're like, okay, she'll sleep at the plane.
yeah.
Didn't sleep. And so we're in Houston. She's sleep deprived and our flight gets delayed.
Oh,
And she's screaming in the terminal and everything. It was something else. But
poor Sophie.
yeah, but she'll probably be better in like 10 years. So we'll give it a shot then.
Kids get over it. They're resilient like that.
That's right, yeah. But it was something else because we got spoiled the way up. But our connecting flight from Shreveport to Dallas was super quick,
Mm-hmm.
and Shreveport delayed because of a thunderstorm or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We were sprinting. I've never seen my dad sprint. We made it like they were like shutting the doors like a movie. And we're like, wait.
Yeah, like in Home Alone when
Yeah.
they're late for that flight.
But it was
You hear that
it was an
music?
experience. And it was like me, my wife, and my daughter were first class. My brother and dad were, the peasant area, economy. And so I would just like laugh as he walked by.
This sounds exactly like Home Alone.
It sounds like something I
Only you
do.
didn't leave Sophie at the house.
She probably would have gotten more sleep there. So
Would have had the run of the place to herself.
Idaho is nice though. I love that area.
Beautiful.
Love it, love it. But yeah. More flights coming to Alec.
That's the bottom line.
That's what we're trying to get to here.
Yeah. No, that's great. I'm glad to hear it, and good to see good news is happening with our local airport.
News over the weekend, also happening on Friday. Posted something about it yesterday. The Diocese of Alexandria
Mm-hmm.
has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's because they say that their financial claims from victims of sexual abuse exceeds their means.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're taking that step to shore up their own finances and make sure they say that the victims get what they deserve. So I think the bishop put out a statement. We can probably play some of that later.
Sure. Yeah. Bishop Robert Marshall from the Alexandria Diocese. It's just it's stunning to hear that like an organization like the Catholic Church would be looking at bankruptcy, but it makes sense with the settlements they're having to pay out.
I'm not really familiar with Catholic politics,
Mm-hmm.
but they were saying one reason they picked Robert Prevost as the Pope, the first American, is because they were in a financial crunch and they felt like this would help them get more money.
Well, yeah, that may be so, just to get American support, I guess. I know I've read a lot when you look at younger people that are kind of turning back to Christianity or religion, that actually there are a lot of people, young men that are becoming Catholic, which they're looking for something that has meaning and substance after kind of living through a society that's been more kind of dystopian, I guess, and nihilistic.
Maybe so. I don't know. Maybe a little nihilistic. I think the internet can do that to you, but I think people genuinely are looking for, like you said, meaning, but like structure and discipline too.
And community.
And community is huge. And I think that's something our country's missing.
Right. I mean, I grew up Catholic, and there's no doubt about it that a lot of my growing up experience surrounds, people being part of that church life. And for better or worse, in some cases, for sure. I could tell stories too, nothing along the levels that we're talking about this, but just some of the interesting things that happen when you grow up Catholic.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know much about that, but going back to what you were saying, I felt like you see other countries, right? Some European countries, like their society is maybe more set up to where you have community-based things. You go out to eat more, you go out to drink with your friends more, longer time to do those things.
Yeah.
In America, we're just go, go, go.
Yeah.
Consume. And we don't do those things anymore. And with really religion's downfall over the past 20 years in America, a lot of young people are left without any meaning, what we call like a third place, like a church or a bar or a community club, something else. We just don't have those anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it might take our generation to actually just go out and do it and stop complaining about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You be a part of things.
Yep.
And two, maybe change our society a little bit, how we think of things and what's actually important.
Yeah.
I think our priorities are a little bit mixed up.
Well, I think that's a big reason why an organization like Turning Point has grown so much. And when you see them go to the campuses now, like how big our crowds are getting, because people want to be part of something.
Mm-hmm.
They want to belong to something that they feel like has meaning and makes a difference. Yeah, what you said, people don't have a church or a bar. Growing up Catholic, we had plenty of those. In fact, sometimes it was one and the same.
I was about to say, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Me personally, we can have that argument.
Now, I remember our church fair festivals growing up, and you play like gambling games where you could win alcohol.
Yeah.
Just things that, and no one thought anything of it. That was just the culture.
You know me, like I'm pretty chill and relaxed with things.
Yeah.
But like I grew up Baptist. I was a Baptist 9 months before I was born. My dad's a Baptist preacher. So a lot of the things, like I go to different churches here, different denominations, because I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sometimes I'm like, what? This is happening? This is happening? It kind of throws you off a little bit. And not saying it's bad.
You're curious? That's why your friends call you Whisper?
I'm curious like a cat. But no, it was kind of, I guess we could look into more if they could release the numbers, what those look like. But it's got to be a good chunk of change.
Oh, I would think. Okay, we need to take a break. We'll come back with more after this.
KSYL. Tired of noisy neighbors? Want to keep pets in and problems out? Sounds like you need a Promo fence. At Promo Fencing and Lawn Care, our fences don't just work, they wow. From classic cedar and pine privacy fences to durable chain link, sleek metal, and aluminum, even decorative fencing. We've got something for every home, yard, or business, big or small, residential or commercial. All with free estimates, expert installs, and small town customer care. Promo Fencing and Lawn Care. Fences that feel like home.
A message from Israel Air Conditioning and Heating.
Yeah, my mama, she told me to pick up and call Israel Air.
She told me Israel Air.
She told me. She said they'll come running with comfort beyond compare.
At a very fair price.
Because you know we're all about your comfort, no troubles. Call 442-6657. That's 442-6657. We're all about your comfort,
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, we are back. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell with you. As we said, going into the break before the Diocese of Alexandria announced on Friday that it has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy due to financial claims made by survivors of sexual abuse. And this was Bishop Marshall in a video news release that they put out Friday.
In the last few years, the Diocese of Alexandria has received a large number of financial claims made by the survivors of abuse. The total amount of these claims exceed our financial means. I have authorized the filing of a petition for a Chapter 11 reorganization of the diocese under the United States Bankruptcy Code. This extraordinary action is occurring solely because some priests sexually abused minors, actions that are evil, sinful, and go against everything that the church and the priesthood represent. Our goal in taking this action is twofold. First, a reorganization will ensure that we do as much as possible, as fairly as possible, to compensate those who have been harmed and who have unresolved claims, ensuring that all are treated equitably. Second, the reorganization will allow the essential functions of the diocese to continue in order to meet the basic needs of our parishes and parishioners, sustain other critical ministries, and ultimately allow us to move forward on stable financial footing to fulfill the spiritual, pastoral, educational, and charitable mission of the Church. I am grateful to the survivors who have come forward to right a wrong and demonstrate the far-reaching and lingering impact of the evil actions of a few. The survivors are the courageous ones, and the reason we are a different and better church today. As the Bishop of the Diocese of Alexandria, I apologize to all of the survivors of abuse perpetrated by the clergy or anyone else representing the Church. I publicly reaffirm our commitment to support abuse survivors now and in the future.
All right. Again, that was Bishop Marshall from the Alexandria Diocese and talking about the Chapter 11 bankruptcy that they are in. But I think the tone of his message was good because it's not about money. It's about making sure the victims are treated properly and in an attempt to hopefully get them whole, for sure.
Yeah, I thought it all sounded, it's kind of shocking.
Yeah.
But I think he handled it the right way, and hopefully everyone can get it figured out and there's some sort of justice for it.
You know, what I think contributed a lot to the culture that created the abuse for all those years, not just here, but around the country, is that, this is my experience, it may not be for everyone, but just saying, growing up Catholic, you don't question the priest. You know, the priest is given such reverence that if you even suggested something like that, you were the one that would get castigated. And that just set up that atmosphere of abuse, which has been well chronicled, obviously. There was a movie Spotlight that came out a few years ago, which, showed a lot about that. It's just, it's sick, it's terrible, it should never have happened, but I mean, it's not just germane to the Catholic Church. You have lots of things that have come out of different churches throughout the years. The problem is when you elevate men, any man, to a position of veneration beyond what any human ego or moral character can really handle, it's just not healthy. It's not healthy for anybody, So there have to be guardrails in place, and obviously for a lot of years there weren't.
I think it's like the systemic issue in these instances where they were moved without reporting them to the authorities, and that was the big issue with that specific religion.
Absolutely.
At least from the movie, the report from the Boston Globe.
That did happen, and it even happened here. All right, let's go to the phones and take some calls this morning. Good morning, you're on Talkback. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. A lot of this could have been avoided had years ago when the Catholic Church first caught on to what was going on, if they had snipped it in the bud right then.
Absolutely.
Now, do I think it's the majority of priests? No.
No, of course not.
But they chose to cover it up, almost like a Christian college covering up a outbreak of STDs. But that's supposed to be a poor joke.
I'm like, wait.
Well, I mean, think about it. When things like that happen, they tend to sweep stuff under the rug. It's I guess it's human nature. It's human nature.
Oh, definitely.
They don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
But
I mean, in the SBC, you can take. They have had their issues too. It's been well chronicled. So
yeah, I think also the fact that not allowing the priests to marry. The Greek Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox, and some of the others allow their priests to marry, and they're pretty much Catholic. I mean,
yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So
now that's been one of the criticisms that, is that really even possible for someone to do that and resist those temptations?
Well, there's an old joke that goes in the Baptist church, the preacher just runs off with the piano player and the checkbook.
Probably has happened a time or two, yes. So.
By the way, I'd like to put out a public service announcement and say thank you to Pineville Fire and Rescue yesterday. There was an incident at Pineville Park Baptist Church. An elderly lady had a medical incident, and I was there with my daughter, and we had the grandbabies with us, and they came in so quietly. I didn't even realize until I heard them open the gurney. I didn't even realize they were behind us.
Wow!
And also the deacon that called them said they were there in less than 5 minutes.
Wow, that's wonderful.
I'd like to say thank you to them, and that was, I know they can get there fast, and I know they're very professional, but it was so unusual because normally in a situation like that, it's disruption, and it was very little disruption.
Well, that's good to hear. Thanks for the info on that.
Kudos to them.
Yes, sir. Okay, thanks so much. All right, we appreciate you. Bye. All right, let's go to another call. Good morning, you're on Talkback. Hello? All right, guess they're not there. All right, we'll take a break.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
Great news, everybody. Karen is back at Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express, located right there at the intersection of North MacArthur Drive and Bayou Rapides Road. Hungry for breakfast? Karen will hook you up with biscuits, croissants, subs, and all the hot coffee you can handle. Just stop by any weekday morning from 6 a.m. till 9 and get your day started right. It's breakfast just the way you like it. Fresh, hot, and satisfying. Now I'm hungry. At Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express on MacArthur Drive at Bayou Rapides Road.
When advanced cancer care is close by, you can get a potentially life-saving screening without having to miss playtime. You can get treatments and checkups and still get home for dinner. And when that care comes from Christus Health, you can rest easy, knowing you'll be treated with genuine compassion. And that we'll be with you every step of the way. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
When it comes to gambling, how much is too much? Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Know the signs of problem gambling before getting in too deep. Visit gamblingsignsla.org and take the quiz today. Or text or call 877-770-STOP for free confidential help today.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, let's go back to the phones. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
2 quick points. I noticed a little verb about the Heisman, and they got Arch Manning number 1 and Garrett Nussmeier number 2. There was not a listing for a guy that I really think should be on the list. Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
That young man, I mean, he came back on Saturday, and they scored 21 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I saw that.
He throws the ball where the receiver can catch it with their hands, which is the way it should be. Anyway, that's my opinion.
Okay.
Garrett Nussmeier, he needs more protection.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting crap beat out of him.
Yeah.
The second quick point, everybody knows that Erica Kirk is a beautiful, gorgeous woman. And she and J.D. Vance had a hug at the Oxford, Mississippi meeting.
Right.
It was not a good thing to do. But now someone has taken that picture through AI, and they have her standing on top of a casket. Hugging JD.
Wow.
Wow. Probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Anyway, God bless you guys today.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, and the latest Heisman odds, they've got actually Fernando Mendoza of Indiana as the favorite right now, Julian Sayin from Ohio State second, Ty Simpson of Alabama third. Nussmeier and Arch Manning are nowhere to be seen in the latest rankings. But yeah, going into the year, that's where it was. Now, regarding the J.D. Vance, Erica Kirk hug, when you watch it in real time, there's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong. People froze it at one point where his hand is kind of on her hip. But I saw a lady on Twitter. She was talking about how her husband died suddenly, tragically, a couple years ago. And the people who helped her get through it the most were her husband's friends. And when you're a widow in such a state of grief, the hug you give is a little more intense because you need that strength from other people, especially those who loved your husband the most. And J.D. Vance and Charlie Kirk were very close. In fact, if you remember, it was J.D. Vance who flew Kirk's body back to Arizona from Utah. So I just think this is much ado about nothing, as sadly much in politics is these days.
Yeah, who cares, honestly?
Yeah. I mean,
I generally don't care.
It's just the fact that people are trying to make something of it.
I'm trying to be careful too, because it's just a sad situation, right?
Yeah.
But if I got a hug like that, I'd be sleeping on the couch. Let me say that. But I don't care. I probably was nothing. Just saying.
Yeah, I really don't think it was. But anyway, well, people are going to say what they're going to say.
So the Diocese of Alexandria joined 40 Catholic institutions across America with these bankruptcy filings.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We can talk more about it if we have time. So.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Much more coming up in hour number 2. Stay with us.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting.
AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The government shutdown has entered its 34th day, one shy of a record. And President Trump tells CBS's 60 Minutes' Nora O'Donnell he's willing to work with Democrats on health care reform once the government reopens.
Sounds like it's not going to get solved, the shutdown.
It's going to get solved, yeah. Oh, it's going to get solved.
How?
We'll get it solved. Eventually, they're going to have to vote.
You're saying the Democrats will capitulate?
I think they have to.
Correspondent Willie James Inman.
It really is a wait-and-see game, at least here in Washington, in terms of who blinks first. But no party is showing signs of budging. And in the middle, you have federal workers not receiving a paycheck and millions of Americans being impacted by the shutdown.
42 million lost SNAP food benefits over the weekend. 2 judges have ordered the White House to restore it. CBS's Chris Van Cleve on shutdown-related issues at the airports.
And when we're talking about delays in the air, brace for more of what we saw last week. Half of the nation's 30 busiest airports getting hit with air traffic control staffing issues on the same day in New York. On Friday, 80% of air traffic controllers were out sick.
Chris from Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. Election days tomorrow, and a number of races could reveal what's ahead for both parties. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe.
New Jersey. Republicans are hoping Jack Ciattarelli can win back the governorship for the GOP in a state Trump has never won.
It's painful to see all the areas in which we're failing, whether it's housing, public education, public safety, the affordability crisis. I do believe a change in leadership could fix all those things.
Democratic candidate Mikey Sherrill has made the president a big focus of her campaign.
Everything coming from Donald Trump in Washington has had the effect of raising costs.
A top FDA drug regulator's resigned after he criticized a treatment made by a Canadian Canadian pharma company. CBS's Jim Krasula.
The move by Dr. George Tidmarsh came after lawyers for the federal government started looking into, quote, serious concerns about his personal conduct. His resignation came the same day that a drug maker filed a lawsuit against him alleging, quote, false and defamatory statements about its products.
A disaster in Rome. Italian officials say one person is trapped on an upper floor of a medieval tower near the Roman Forum after it partially collapsed during renovation work today. Hundreds of tourists watched as another part of the Torre dei Conti came crashing down and set up a cloud of smoke as they brought a stretcher up on a mobile ladder in a rescue attempt. One worker who got out is reported to be in critical condition. 3 others rescued were not harmed. This is CBS News.
The annual Progressive Keys to Progress program provides vehicles to deserving veterans, helping our heroes drive their lives forward. Learn more at keystoprogress.com.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence. You read Lips, right? And Lily, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Yeah, Lily. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. 2 young girls were hospitalized after being thrown from a Ferris wheel at the Harvest Festival on False River Saturday. The bucket they were in suddenly tipped, causing the girls to fall out. A 3rd girl also had to be rescued. One of the girls had to be airlifted to a hospital due to her injuries. The state fire marshal's office is investigating, and it appears the bucket was caught on some wires that caused it to get stuck and tilt over. Authorities carried out inspections at the festival and allowed all the other rides at the festival to reopen. The 2025 hurricane season ends at the end of this month, but state climatologist Jay Grimes says history has shown that this time of year, the threat of tropical weather for the Western Gulf is non-existent.
November 1st is the latest that any location west of the Mississippi-Alabama state line has ever had to deal with a landfall.
This year, no storm of at least tropical storm strength made landfall along the U.S. Gulf Coast. LRN.
This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with the clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry, with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The clinic's on North Bolton, 445-9823, and online at theclinics.us.
Good morning. A chilly start to our Monday, but things will definitely warm up as the day goes on. Sunny skies today. 71 should do it for the afternoon high. We'll see winds light and variable throughout the day, maybe out of the east, northeast. Tonight, clear skies back out around 40 for the overnight low. And as we look ahead to Tuesday, more sunshine. Should be a nice day. Afternoon high, 75. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
All right, we are back. Hour number 2 of Talk Back here on your Monday morning. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell, 318-442-8255, the number on the BOM Bank talk line. We've been talking a little bit about the news that came out Friday, the Diocese of Alexandria seeking Chapter 11 bankruptcy reorganization. According to an article by Jim Butler on Rapides Parish Journal. He says the diocese lists assets of $16.7 million and liabilities of $9.5 million in the petition that was filed on Friday. The diocese, through its attorneys, lists $7.8 million in unsecured claims. Chapter 11 stays action against a debtor, allowing time for reorganization and court assessment of payment demands. Bishop Marshall, in a letter to parishioners, said the 93-page petition seeks a global settlement with those who seek remuneration as a result of alleged clergy sexual incidents. More than half of the 85 identified complaints by the alleged victims on their behalf as of the filing stem from the 1970s or earlier. The final number will not be known until the court and Chief Bankruptcy Judge John Hodges presiding sets a claim deadline. It's been previously reported that diocesan officials thought it could pay up to $4 million to resolve the matter, and remain solvent. The diocese a year ago confirmed that it and 40 other organizations were working to reach a global settlement before any filing. As a result, avoiding extensive delays and legal fees, the diocese estimates legal fees of the current matter to be between $1 and $2 million. A mediator hired by that consortium worked with 6 attorney groups to reach agreements to stay civil proceedings while negotiating proceeds. In the interim, staggering award numbers have occurred in several jurisdictions, most recently in New Orleans, where $230 million is in play. Just kind of going through this a little more. So anyway, yeah, it's a lot of money, obviously. But I didn't realize there was that many victims. 85. Wow. Now, I noticed on your Facebook post that a woman, I'll just say her name's Patricia, said, if the church would not have turned a blind eye and addressed the abuses instead of reassigning the priests, many young lives would have been spared the lifelong traumas they endured, and the lawsuits would not have bankrupted the church. My mom faithfully put money in her collection envelope every week. For what? I grew up in the 1950s and attended Catholic schools. My brother was an altar boy and finally told my mom about sexual abuse when he was 13 after 3 years, and said his friends also suffered from the priests. My mom went to the rectory to tell of it. She was shamed by the Monsignor, and my brother's character was questioned. Goes on today, protect the sexual offenders. That's heavy.
And that was the thing that, the movie spotlighted.
Yeah.
And just the systemic abuse, not just isolated incidents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who runs the journal, the Rapides Parish Journal?
I'm not 100% sure.
That's one thing, and whoever does it does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the one thing we miss in small communities. We need print journalism.
Yeah.
We need newspapers.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Right.
It's a shame.
It really is, and they do what they can, but you're right. We miss that day-to-day having dedicated reporters to do the heavy lifting on a lot of work that just isn't being done, unfortunately.
I mean, print journalism, they're going to do things that, us TV folks, video folks just don't really do.
Right.
Because we're more in to the video, and we'll do things that are, numbers and data. But they're the ones that, on the ground every day, uncovering things. They have a beat. It's just, I think that's one of the main problems we're going to have in America, too, is the lack of dedicated print journalists in small communities, because they used to be cash cows.
Oh, yeah.
Newspapers.
Yep. Now, the demise of the local newspaper has been not a good thing, not a healthy thing for anyone. And you see little startups that try here and there, but it's tough. So I did see someone else post on Facebook that the Diocese of Alexandria, according to them, saying they're following a well-worn path in the Catholic Church playbook, filing for bankruptcy not because the church is poor, but because it wants to protect assets and avoid full responsibility for the clergy sexual abuse. This isn't financial prudence, it's a moral failure. Interesting.
A lot of facets to the story, a lot of numbers, a lot of ongoing thing for decades, and I'm sure more will come out as it goes through the court system.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to the phones this morning. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Good Good morning. Really enjoy the show. Did y'all, and you may have talked about the World Series game earlier that I may have missed. I didn't know whether you did or not. Okay. It was absolutely the last, I only watched the last couple of innings, and it was absolutely stellar performance by both teams. It really was. When you thought the game was going to go one way, they immediately made a good play, and so the last couple of innings were absolutely phenomenal. So I'm sorry your team didn't win, but they both deserve. They both played outstanding. So really enjoyed the program.
Thanks. No, it was a very well played game. I mean, really the whole series was pretty good. I mean, you go back to the 18 inning game and even the way Game 6 ended in kind of a crazy fashion. There was a lot to sink your teeth into if you're a baseball fan.
So anyway, really enjoy the program.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. All right.
Thanks.
Again, 318-442-8255, the number here on Talkback.
You like the Babylon Bee, right? You're really into it. Have you seen The Sadvocate? It's Louisiana's Babylon Bee.
Yes.
They say governor assumes roles of LSU president, AD, and head football coach, rebrands it as Landry State. They crack me up.
Oh, man.
Sadvocate.
Which, all the thing that make all of those satire sites so funny is that there's a grain of truth in all of it.
Oh, that's what makes it funny. Yeah.
Especially in the case with, make no mistake about it. At this point, it's Jeff Landry's way or the highway, for better or worse, and we'll see how that goes. But
local dry cleaners rejoice as James Carville vows to burn his 1997 LSU polo collection. All right, I'll stop.
Did I see where Carville did threaten to burn all his LSU stuff?
No, I didn't see that.
I think he legitimately did.
He gets worked up sometimes.
Yeah. He's definitely an interesting character.
He just wants them to keep it simple, stupid. Just run the ball, throw the ball.
Which, I don't, we'll see what happens with the Tiger program.
Yeah. Other news, Saturday, the skeletal remains were found at a home on Chester Street in Alexandria. We talked to the Rapides coroner. He says those have been sent to LSU Faces Lab to help identify who those belong to. And APD says they have no comment at this time on it, and everything's being investigated. So sad, interesting news over the weekend as well. Something we'll be following too.
Okay, yeah. All right, we have another call coming in. Let's take that. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Maybe it was one of those plastic Halloween skeletons. Who knows? Anyway,
yeah.
Those people that are listening out there, this company, Optimum, this is the most insane company I've ever seen in my life. And I would urge people to call Michael Johnson because I think he brought some heat on him last time after Laura.
He did.
Yeah, and I think some heat needs to be put on him again. If I was to tell you what I went through in the last 10 days with those people, it would take the rest of the hour to do it. But they're insane. And everybody says, well, just change. Well, sometimes you don't have that option. Because I live in the country, and then a friend of mine lives in Alexandria, and she hasn't, and she complains about them all the time, too. And I said, well, this is senseless. But anyway, I was just saying, if people listening, if you have a problem, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call his office today. I wish he'd set up some kind of line where you could, or complaint thing where you could call in and everybody log in their complaints, because this company is, I don't know what's wrong with them.
Yeah, they have been rather notorious through the years.
Yeah. I've had a Cox Cable. I had it back when it was Cox Cable. The same exact line, the same house, the same everything. You know what I mean? And even Suddenlink might have been a little bit better than these people. But anyway, that's insanity. And the last comment I was going to make is, I had a friend of mine that is from another country. We've been friends for probably 15 years or something. And she asked me, she said, how in the world did the United States they owe all this money. And she says, who do they owe it to? And I said, I don't know. I guess they just printed or something. And she said, well, that wouldn't happen. Giving away what we give away in the U.S. would have never happened in the country that she's from. People work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I hear 1 in 8 people are on food assistance, that's insane.
It really is. And the more I'm reading, the more I'm seeing the kind of people that are on it. I mean, it's just it's
Did you happen to see on KAL on CBS? I don't know which one it was. When it comes on after KLB, they had 2 people. I think they were from Houston, but I'm not positive. But anyway, they had these 2 people on. They were complaining they were losing like over $700 worth of their food assistance. Okay, and they had a set of twins, and both of them looked like refrigerators. I'm serious. 250, 300 pounds each. I'm thinking to myself, maybe you need to lose. Maybe you need to lose your food. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Well, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. God bless.
You too. That's another topic that's just kind of festering in my mind, the whole food stamps thing. There is nobody in America who wants to see people starve. There's nobody in America who doesn't want to see people who legitimately need help helped. But everyone and their mother knows that this system is abused blatantly. Just get on Twitter and look at the videos of people, even in their own neighborhoods, talking about how people that get food stamps sell them so that they can buy other things and do other things.
Yeah, there's people who need it. There's people who probably don't. That's with any system, I'm sure.
The number of illegal immigrants that have been put on it, as well as Social Security. Now, Brooke Rollins is the ag secretary, and she was actually on Fox News' morning show yesterday, their Sunday morning show. Here's what she has to say about this particular issue. Take a listen as soon as I turn it up. There we go.
February 13th is we sent letters to every governor in America being very clear that no illegal aliens can use SNAP. 0, 0, 0. We asked every state for the first time in history, and this was in February, to send us their data and let us, with DOJ and a war room, actually start going through this data to better understand how this explosion of SNAP benefits happened under Joe Biden. We increased almost 40% on this program in just a couple of years under the Biden administration. Of course, we know they were trying to buy the election, but that's a conversation for another time. And since we have asked for that data, 29 states have complied. Of course, almost all the red states, a couple of couple blue states too. But in that data, and I haven't talked about this yet publicly, in that data we've studied about $100 billion in spend. We have found thousands and thousands of illegal use of the EBT card. We have been moving people off of SNAP. We've got almost 700,000 people, I think, we've moved off just since the president took office. We've arrested about 118 people. So this has been ongoing. But Rachel, to your point, what this conversation has allowed is a national spotlight on a broken and corrupt program. We found one guy in 6 different states getting a benefit. We found about 5,000 people that are dead who are still getting benefits. Like, it is time to drastically reform this program so that we can make sure that those who are truly needy, truly vulnerable, are getting what they need, and the rest of the corruption goes away and we can serve the American taxpayer.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree that there is corruption in it, and I think that's fantastic to try. I mean, look, I know people that use it that really need it, and they're working people. A lot of them, majority are working people. I've known some people, one in particular back in the day who was on it, who just partied all the time in college and somehow got on food stamps and was just not responsible. So I get both sides. You know? And should we shut the whole thing down and make people who are in need suffer? Probably not. I don't want to get in the politics of that. But yeah, I mean, we should look at every program, I think, responsibly. If you're not supposed to be on it, you're not supposed to be on it. You know, I'm a kind of guy, like, you take responsibility for yourself. That's just how I operate. But there are people who genuinely need it. And a lot of those are working people. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, there there are a ton of working poor in America right now, people that are doing their best to make ends meet. I mean, we've chronicled this in the past when we've had the United Way on talking about the ALICE statistics. People are in the category of essentially working poor, which now I want to say like a family of 4, that number was 55,000, which that's not
55,000
people that make up to like 55,000 comprise that, who need more than just what they make at work to make ends meet. I mean, they can make it, but one thing goes wrong and boom, they're in trouble.
The big difference between your generation and my generation is it's not the luxuries that are going up in price, it's the necessities significantly.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you see a lot of people in today's age, we all have like flat screen TVs and this and that. It's just not luxurious like it used to be. It's the necessities that are going up. It's the rent. It's the mortgages. It's the cars. It's just hard to live.
No, I agree.
At the level, I guess, we're used to living. Still better than the majority of, or a lot of places in the world.
Yeah.
But it's still hard to keep up.
All right, we'll come back with more calls right after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
Ready for the ultimate game day? This football season, Southern Air and LSU Athletics want you as the Southern Air fan of the game. Each week, one lucky winner scores 4 LSU home game tickets, VIP hospitality, pregame sideline access, and the chance to cheer on the Tigers. Plus, all winners are entered to win a brand new side-by-side at season's end. Enter now at southernairnow.com or Southern Air's Facebook page. Southern Air, cooling, heating, plumbing, and generators. Learn more at southernairnow.com. Go Tigers.
Alexandria, when it comes to your vehicle, you deserve the real deal. At Ceramic Pro Alexandria, we promise true ceramic window tints. No shortcuts, no substitutes. Our Ion and Ultimate Ion coatings are built to last, and we're proud to be one of the only ceramic coating companies that reports directly to Carfax, adding verified value to your vehicle's history. So for genuine quality and the peace of mind of Carfax reporting, just call Joe at Ceramic Pro, 318-619-0862.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BON Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BON Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talkback.
All right, we are back. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking my call. I wanted to go back a little bit to the welfare situation. Y'all kind of wandered into economics. But you know, at the LBJ administration, some in the Democratic Party deviated towards using the war on poverty and what they call under the guise of compassion to gain more political power by causing people to be more dependent upon the government. And what we saw during the COVID hysteria was a real thrust of the Biden administration to qualify a lot of the people at 3 and 4 times the normal means test for government assistance. Now, once people start getting that, you know, when I started working at UPS, our overtime went up. Well, it wasn't long before that overtime money was the normal part of our budget. You know, you just get used to that extra money and it becomes no longer extra. It's what you need. And so these people, if you notice in the talk about the government shutdown, the Democrats never talk about the clean CR and why they shouldn't vote for clean CR. They all talk about, healthcare is at risk. Now, that's a vote that's coming in December because of Obamacare. Right. It has nothing to do with the government shutdown. This budget they're voting on is still the last Biden budget.
Right.
Because they did a CR in the spring and a CR, and that's what they're proposing now. So we have to, we're fighting with one arm behind our back. Americans are, because we're dealing with the party, the Democratic Party, that the people in charge of it, I'm not talking about the rank and file, I'm talking about the people in charge of it, have weaponized compassion, what their version of compassion. They say, these people are hurting. Now, they don't go into the causes of why they're hurting, but these people are hurting and they're going to lose their health care. Yeah, that'd be a terrible thing, losing health care. But it's a false, it's an artificially contrived crisis because they put people on these welfare rolls that should never have been on there. Now they're trying to say, you're going to take them off the rolls? Is that what the Republicans want to do? Schumer's saying Trump is the most heartless man that's ever been in the White House. No, he's not taking them off the rolls. They artificially put them on the rolls and got them used to the free. It's intoxicating. And so, the stuff about y'all talking about people selling their food stamps, man, I saw that so much when I was on Lee Street Extension for 32 years. I delivered Lee Street Extension, and yeah, people waited for that because they could sell it to people for like 75% of what it was worth, and they would have cash. That's what they wanted, was the cash. They got used to the cash. So until we realize, hey, people struggle. Some people really struggle in life. We need to answer those struggles and help them get to the point where they're not struggling, where they are doing what everybody else does for themselves, and strip that power, strip that weapon away from the elites in the Democratic Party. We're never gonna fix it. We'll always have this churn of people coming through this system and say, why is in a country so wealthy, why are people not able to make it on two incomes? We've got to call the kettle black and call out these Democrats, elites, who are using this as a weapon. Anyways, I didn't mean to take so long. Thanks. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Appreciate the call. Again, 318-442-8255.
I mean, I think that's one aspect of it too. Decent points there, but prices just keep going up too. Like it's tough all the way around to live at the standard I guess we've been used to living.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to say this just to say this. I've never used government assistance as far as I know. And sometimes it gets tough, but there are a lot of people who have legitimate careers and jobs that they just can't make it work. And, you could always say like, they got a nice car and they got that. It's just different scenarios. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. No, I agree. A lot of it's inflation. I mean, how far do we want to go back on this? The creation of the Federal Reserve, how much our money is worth now. What happened during COVID was one of the largest shifts of wealth in American history. And the working man and woman in America are getting squeezed. There's just no denying that.
Do you want to talk about the 1%ers? Just a massing amount of wealth that they get in the meantime?
Yeah, no, I know.
And then they were talking to me, and like, look, I believe in like infrastructure, and I believe in, I want the capital to look as best as it can, but we're talking about ballrooms and more people are trying to get groceries.
Right.
It's like speaking out of both ends of your mouth too at the same time. And the White House, the family occupying the White House right now is becoming richer and richer after getting in office. Like, it just doesn't resonate well with a lot of people, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't think people pay attention enough, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah, you were saying like my generation. Well, I can assure you that my generation didn't start feeling like we could spend kind of what we wanted to, how we wanted to, for a very long time. That was not my experience growing up. I mean, my experience growing up was nobody used credit cards. Credit cards were pretty much anathema. The closest thing I remember my parents using credit for, and it really wasn't credit so much as they would buy our Christmas presents on layaway, meaning that you would see something, have the store essentially hold it, and then you would pay a little bit on it until you got to where you could actually pay the full price. People saved for years and years to be able to buy a house. I mean, we never had a new car. All of our vehicles were pretty much junkers, and my dad was handy, so he knew how to fix things. So we didn't live that at all. If anything, I've probably lived a little bit more like that for a period than my parents did. But even with us being a one-income family with 7 kids that we homeschooled, that hasn't been our experience.
Hey, I get it, man. You have sacrificed and taken responsibility for your situation. I agree with that.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy. And that's a good point. I understand completely. A lot of people aren't going to do that. So.
No, I know. But I mean,
But I think like the use, and you know this, you've been in the car issues, like used cars are just ridiculous now too.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I bought a 2015 Toyota Camry.
Yep.
Like a basic sedan.
Yeah.
I love it. It's gonna last forever, I hope. But it was like $22,000 with like 90,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
And I shopped the crap out of these cars. Like I took months to find the right thing. And I traveled from Panama City, Pensacola to pick it up.
Wow.
Like it's just ridiculous.
Yep.
And just don't even get me started with home prices.
And
look, like if I have a financial issue in my life at this point in my life, it's because of me. And I know that. I can look in the mirror and say, hey, this is the problem why I don't have this or that. But the necessities, the rate that they are increasing in prices over the past couple of years are significant. You don't save up to buy a home really anymore.
Right.
That's not even realistic.
Yep.
Nearly impossible for a middle-class family.
Yeah. All right. We'll be right back.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Massive deal around AI development this morning. Amazon has signed a $38 billion deal to supply ChatGPT owner OpenAI with computing power, including access to hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA graphics processing units immediately. Amazon joining Microsoft, Oracle, Google as an OpenAI cloud provider in a serious way. Merger Monday, the owner of Kleenex and Huggies, Kimberly Clark, has agreed to buy the struggling Tylenol maker Kenvue. T-Mobile is teaming up with Capital One to issue its first credit card, a Visa, without an annual fee, giving rewards on purchases. And the Amazonification of Whole Foods is finally happening years after it bought the grocery chain. Wall Street Journal says Whole Foods introducing robots called ShopBots to fetch you things like Tide Pods and Pepsi. Not exactly the usual organic foods you're probably used to seeing there. This is all in the test phase. In Chicago's flagship store, they've opened this massive kiosk at the entrance, offering things like Kraft mac and cheese and Chips Ahoy cookies. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Is your website accessible to everyone? If it's not WCAG compliant, you could be excluding customers and opening yourself up to lawsuits. At Kinetics, we build and optimize websites that meet WCAG accessibility standards, helping you serve more people, convert more customers, and stay compliant with ADA guidelines. Don't risk it. Get your free website accessibility assessment today at kinetics.solutions. That's kinetics.solutions. Kinetics, where smart marketing works.
Hi, I'm Rhett with Entergy Louisiana, and I'm a customer too. I'm proud to say that our rates are 33% below the national average. Every day, our team is focused on keeping costs lower for you. We take affordability personally because this is our home too. So we work harder and smarter to fight rising costs while also improving reliability for years to come. This isn't just my job, it's a commitment to my community. Together, we power life. Entergy.
I've worn the uniform. I have stood beneath our flag, and I have fought for what it stands for. I'm Megan Terry, and I serve in the U.S. Army. At Collins Flags, that feeling of pride goes into every single stitch because they're made right here in the USA by folks just like me. This Veterans Day, show your love for the men and women who serve. Fly a Collins, American, or military flag with honor. Buy yours at collinsflags.com today. That's collinsflags.com. American made, proudly waved.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings Wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, savings massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. Like one little laugh does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Clear and cold overnight with early morning temperatures getting down to 38 degrees. Now our Monday should be a nice day, sunny skies, temperatures finally getting back into the low 70s. 71 should do it for the afternoon high. Clear skies for Monday night down around 40, and then more sunshine in store for us as well. On Tuesday, a little warmer with high temps near 75. From the Zenlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talk back.
And it is Talk Back because we enjoy talking with you. And let's go back to the phones on the BOM Bank Talk Line. Good morning. You are on Talk Back. Hello. Good morning.
Goodbye.
Okay. Try this one. Good morning. You're on Talk Back.
I think Donald Trump
and his friends are paying for the ballroom, not taxpayers.
Correct.
So that dog won't hunt.
We know that. I'm just saying the optics of it. I don't really care. Like, I'm all about revamping the area. It's just normally Americans are... Okay, go ahead.
And if you want to help Americans, the so-called poor, the obese poor, you can quit giving money to foreign countries for perverted sexual programs and things like that, for helping other foreign people have trans issues. You can keep that money here.
Or stop funding foreign wars.
Well, Donald Trump's been really good at that.
Yeah. Yes.
He's the only president in my lifetime. He keeps us out of wars. He can talk. He can make deals. He's not a hammer. He doesn't see everything as a nail.
Yeah.
He knows there's a better way than doing like all the previous presidents. They see trouble, they pick up a hammer, they start banging on it. Trump goes over there and says, let's talk, man. Let's make something that'll work well for everyone. That's a big difference. And that's far preferable to JFK or well, not Eisenhower. He got AIDS in Vietnam, but he didn't get troops, not thousands or a million troops in Vietnam like JFK and LBJ did. Trump's the best thing that happened as far as peace and protecting our economy.
Yes, sir. Well,
and he's also the only president who lost money being president.
Yeah, that's true.
You never get Obama or Biden or the Bushes to take less money to be president. They go in there to get rich.
As Obama's house in is it Martha's Vineyard or wherever that is?
Yep, coast? Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir here. What else you got?
Where they kicked out the invaders there years ago.
I don't know if the Trump family has lost money over this second term, but I know what you're saying. He didn't take the salary the first term.
No, he donates his salary.
Yeah, well, he's making millions and millions off crypto right now in his position.
I don't think he's made as much as Nancy Pelosi or Schmuck Schumer.
I don't care. I'm just saying they're bad too.
No, I don't think so. I think you're mistaken.
Okay, I'll get you the numbers here in a second.
All right.
I appreciate you, man.
Thanks. All right, bye. Let's go to another call. Good morning. You're on Talk Time.
How you passed today, huh?
Hey, brother. How's it going?
This is Charlie Brown.
Yes, sir.
You doing all right?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Stephen, you talking about Al's generation. Well, I'm a little bit older now. About the necessities and the luxuries. Mm-hmm. Well, the definition, I don't consider every kid in the house that takes an iPhone to school when they start kindergarten. I don't consider that a necessity. They would save their money. They might have a little more. I don't consider every woman in the house going to get their nails done. I don't consider that a necessity. Let's see what else. I could go on and on and on and on. Okay. But I
never said that. I never said those were necessities. Go ahead.
Well, no. You said our generation couldn't afford the luxuries. Okay. But what the difference, and I'm not saying you said it, but I'm saying the difference between luxuries and necessities back then is different than now. Okay. They consider having to get the nails done. Let me talk. You can talk when I finish, Stephen.
This is my show.
Don't interrupt me.
This is my show. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, that's why I don't listen to y'all a whole lot no more. That's why. But
I'm sorry.
Anyway, it's
well, if you don't listen,
everybody got tattooed. Okay, I'm gonna talk, or you gonna talk? Talk, and then when you finish, I'll talk. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Talk about nails. Go ahead.
Don't interrupt me, and I won't interrupt you. Go ahead and talk.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting.
No, go ahead.
Okay. The definition between luxuries and you're talking to Al. You said it's very hard to not resent these people living on the system. As you know, I was a meat department manager. I worked in a grocery store for 20 years. That's where I met my wife. We both worked when we were barely legal enough to go to work. Okay, we worked in grocery stores, and I worked 55 and 60 hours a week. Paid my wife to go to Lamar University. I didn't borrow a dime or get a dime from the government to pay for her college. Okay. I worked and paid for it myself, and she worked part-time till it got to where her workload got too much, and she quit and went to school full-time. Okay. I didn't ask you anything, but they would come in the store and get the store brands, get everything, and just load up. And it's very hard to have compassion on these people when they don't have money. Okay. So I just look the other way now. I just can't deal with it. But to see and the abuse what they did. But there's a whole lot of difference between luxuries and necessities back then and now. They consider every kid, the teenagers that go to these high schools have $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 trucks and cars when the teachers are driving. You got what I'm saying, okay? There's no need to go into all that. But that's the difference between luxuries and necessities now. Do you agree with me, Al? I know Stephen won't, but do you, Al?
Yes.
I don't know why you're coming after me, dude. That's not even what I was saying. You don't save up just to go to college anymore to pay out of pocket. I'm just saying the price of those things are going up.
I know the price of all that's going up, but people don't now, like Al said, you save for years to buy a house. It's right now, it's okay, let's just go ahead and let somebody else worry about it. That's the deal. That's the mentality today. And like Dave, the UPS guy, I have said this so many times, just like he said, the war on poverty. Give them a check and you'll have their vote forever. Okay, and that's basically it. And it's keep them dumb and hungry, and we'll stay in office is what we do. We keep them dumb and hungry. But anyway, it's just people don't want to work no more. Man, I got relatives like that, okay, and they live in Mississippi and around here too. It's just let somebody else do it for me, work for me. But hey, I've never asked the government for nothing. I've worked. I was off of work 2.5 years, recuperating from 3 spinal fusions in 19 months. Who paid me? I had a disability insurance I bought and paid for that paid 60% of my salary, and I had to pay income tax on that, okay? Then in 2008, I had another very serious spinal fusion that if I didn't have it, they said I had about 2 years to live. I was off of work 2 weeks and went back to work again. Of course, it was an office job I had then. It was easier, okay? And then on September, I had a hip replacement, okay? Al, you know why? That's because of football. They jerk it away, and you know, like when these people shoot these compound bows, if you dry fire a bow without an arrow on it, you'll damage it. Well, that's the same thing with my football. I kept trying to kick over the years when the politicians would jerk it from me. They wore my hip out. So I had a hip replacement, almost 6 weeks ago, but I'm doing good. I'm back in the fight.
Good deal. Good deal.
Anyway,
I don't even know why you're arguing with me. I don't even disagree with you on half the things.
Yeah,
Are you just trying to?
Do what?
Were you just trying to argue with me for no reason?
No, but you're kind of whiny on a lot of stuff. And
you're the one whiny. You don't get to talk on our radio show. But are you entitled to just talk all the time on the show? Like I was trying to tell you something.
Look, go ahead. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Good talking to you, Al.
All right, brother. Take care.
Take care.
All right, we'll be right back.
KSYL.
Dentures. You can't live with them, and you definitely can't live without them. But what if we told you there's a better way? Today's Dental in Pineville is here to revolutionize your smile. Say goodbye to old-fashioned adhesives and endless appointments. They've made getting implants incredibly simple, low anxiety, and affordable for everyone. Picture this. In-office IV sedation administered by a highly skilled, certified nurse anesthetist, making the procedure low anxiety and stress-free. And the best part? Their multiple finance options make implants truly affordable. Don't wait. If you're ready to replace those old-timey dentures with permanent implants, call Today's Dental on Highway 28 East in Pineville at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility owned by Dr. Jonas Gauthier. That's 448-4540. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Today's Dental, because you deserve the best.
Craig's Cleaners is now looking for some good employees. In particular, Craig's is looking for people with cashier experience and who have a valid driver's license. It's a pretty sweet job, too. Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. with no weekends. Wow. That's right. Here's your chance for every weekend off. Wow. So if you're interested in working for Craig's Cleaners, please apply in person at Craig's main location at 1746 Elliott Street, Alexandria.
Tell her about it. If it's happening in Sima,
we will.
Get ready for action as Louisiana Christian University presents Dorm Wars on Friday, November the 7th. Come to Wildcat Stadium at 1 for an Olympic-style competition between dorms. Who will be the champion?
If you love Billy Joel, Friday, November 14th is your night. Huckleberry Brewing Company presents the Billy Joel Tribute featuring NOLA's Rob Davis. The show starts at 7. Get the details on Facebook.
The Arts Council of Central Louisiana presents One Night of Queen, performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. Friday evening, November 21st at Coughlin Saunders Performing Arts Center. Get tickets at eventbrite.com.
Put some ho-ho-ho in your holiday at the Alexandria Mall's Holiday Vendors Market, Saturday and Sunday, the 29th and 30th. Come stroll the mall and find the perfect gifts for everyone on your holiday list.
Make your plans now.
Cenla Broadcasting.
Now back to Talk Back. 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we will continue with calls. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Well, I was watching this thing on TV on YouTube about healthcare, and there's a panel of really smart people, and I don't know some of those people, I didn't know them, but Ray Kurzweil was one of them, and very smart guy, and they were talking about with all the research that's going on right now, in 10 or 20 years, technology brings prices down, and it's going to make. They're talking about perfect health care for free. It's going to be it should take very little money to exchange hands because it doesn't cost anything. Because how much does it cost to talk to an AI doctor?
Yeah.
And so they were talking about it's going to be pretty much free for everybody. So all these arguments about healthcare, I don't pay no attention to them because technology is going to take care of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying AI is going to make a lot of our services significantly go down in price in the future. But who knows if that's actually going to happen?
Right. And so they were talking about 10, 20 years from now, and with we got AI, we got AGI, which is coming, then we got ASI, which is going to make pretty much everything's going to be known when that happens.
Yeah, this is baby AI at this point. And I think the goal is like in a couple of years to get to artificial general intelligence, which they say would significantly cause mass unemployment eventually.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you, sir. Let's go to another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yeah, I was thinking they have to pay off the current coach at LSU about $50 million. Are they still paying off Orgeron after they fired him?
I believe so.
And the one before him, I don't know if they finally paid him off or not, but how much does the SNAP program in Louisiana cost? Now, would the amount of money paying off these coaches cover the SNAP program for a year, for a month? I don't know. You guys got the computer. You can probably figure it out. Where are the priorities? Yeah. It's just simple.
Yeah.
I can remember buying Little Debbie snack treats for $0.25, or the big ones for 35 cents. Now, there's anywhere from $2 to $3 a piece.
Yeah.
Now, you can get a box of Little Debbies for the same price as one of those Little Debbies. Now, what kind of logical human being buys one Little Debbie for $2 when they can get whatever in a box for either $2 to $3? As Pogo said, we has met the enemy and he is us.
In a lot of cases, that is exactly right. Yeah. By the way, they said Louisiana is going to be spending about $150 million to cover SNAP during this time. In fiscal year 2024, participants received about $1.9 billion in SNAP benefits, so close to $2 billion. So the LSU coach salary is a drop in the bucket compared to that.
Well, if you think about it, those guys that, if you were in the grocery business, you'd probably be pretty happy.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, maybe that's the real culprit. The big food giants, maybe they're the ones that are sucking the wind out of the sail.
I don't know. And then on the flip side, farmers are struggling to make money. So it doesn't make sense in a lot of cases.
Well, we keep blundering along until we can't blunder anymore.
True. All right. Thank you for the call.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye. All right. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Amen to Charlie Brown. Bye.
Bye. All right. We'll take our last break.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Reunited, and we're so excited. AEX is proud to announce that daily United Express flights to Houston are returning, operated by SkyWest Airlines. Book now. Daily connections from Alexandria to Houston will begin in May. Reservations are now open, and United Mileage Plus loyalty members can earn miles for their flights.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for takeoff.
To book a flight, visit flyaex.org/united.
Houston, we have liftoff.
My wife was frying okra. She's from Mississippi, so that's her favorite thing to do. She left the burner on high, and it didn't take long to ignite. So I ran to the stove, grabbed the pot, and that's when I got burned from a grease fire. And yes, the pain was, it was bad. Oh, Blue Cross treated me great with the recovery process. On the financial side, it would be expensive without Blue Cross. And that's what I was worrying about because I was out of work for 3 months. I'm Chad. I'm from Baton Rouge, and I had Blue Cross for 10 years. I don't eat fried okra. That's the funniest story.
Louisiana Blue. The right card, the right care.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
I think it's a lot of the rhetoric. Look, they call me a Nazi all the time. I'm not a Nazi. I'm the opposite. I'm somebody that's saving our country. But they call me Nazi. They have talking points. They have just talking points. And the press is largely responsible for it. The fake news, what they've done, I think one of the greatest terms I've ever come up with is fake news. What they've done to our country is very bad. They have to change around. Now, nobody believes the fake news. Nobody believes them. I mean, they've gone, you talk about popularity, you talk about approval. Their approval numbers have gone from like in the 90s to in the teens now.
All right, that was President Trump yesterday in his 60 Minutes interview with Norah O'Donnell. They talked for over an hour and a half, and it was trimmed down to about 27 minutes. So some of the little clips you're probably seeing, and I'm sure we'll hear them discussed throughout the day on our other talk shows that'll be coming up throughout the show this morning. Did you catch any of that yesterday?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I was kind of tuned out yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you asked him about the shutdown and all of that. Typical things that you would expect. Here's a funny take on Twitter. I just had to share this because it's so funny. So we know that Buc-ee's is coming to Ruston. They're getting one down near Lafayette too, correct? I believe.
No, I don't know.
I think so, yeah. But for those of you who stop at Buc-ee's, this will ring true. So this guy named Victor on Twitter said, "Is this even true? I live in a place where you have to go 40 minutes just to have any real food. Don't even know what this is." From a post, "We stopped at Buc-ee's just to use the bathroom real quick. Rookie mistake. 20 minutes later, I'm pushing a cart. Why do they even have carts at a gas station? My toddler is licking a 3-pound bag of gummy worms. My husband is talking to a complete stranger about beef jerky like it's fine wine tasting. And I'm somehow standing there with a cart full of fudge, a brisket sandwich the size of my face, matching family Buc-ee's t-shirts, and a cast iron skillet I absolutely did not need. The baby has a whole new wardrobe and is now chewing on a Buc-ee's spatula like a teether. The 5-year-old has a beaver plushie the size of a golden retriever. And I'm $300 poorer, wondering how the heck we just left the gas station with more stuff than I get at Target. Buc-ee's is in a gas station. It's a full-blown amusement park disguised as a bathroom break, and we fall for it every single time. Send help and wet wipes and maybe another brisket.
Oh, Buc-ee's.
That's pretty much my experience.
Walmart gas station.
Yeah. But the snacks are so good.
They are.
It's like snack heaven in there.
Sure is. Sure is.
What's your favorite Buc-ee's item?
Beaver nuggets.
Oh, yeah?
Whatever they call them.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are pretty good.
They're pretty good. I'm, nothing.
What?
Nothing, no. Nothing.
I mean, pretty much everything's good there.
I'm just going to agree with everyone all the time.
Oh, beef jerky.
I'm going to agree with everyone all the time. They'll leave me alone on here.
Come on now.
Going back, Trump organizations earned $802 million from crypto during the first half of 2025.
That's it?
That's all I was saying. Just some chump change.
Yeah.
But whatever, that's what they have the right to do, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not personally offended by it, but sometimes the narrative, I think, is skewed. That's all I'm saying.
Skewed as far as?
We talk about politicians making money and somehow he's altruistic. I just don't think that's the case. I mean, maybe he is doing good things, but it's not like he's not making money. Come on. But that's all I'm saying. Not being whiny, just pointing out facts. I'm not a hater like everyone thinks. I don't sit here and hate on everybody. I'm just a nice young man over here trying to make my way in the world.
You're going to have a reputation for being salty.
Me? I'm salty.
I'm just kidding. I mean, at every level, it all comes down to money, doesn't it?
Yes, so.
Yeah. All right, let's take one last call. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Good morning. Double dipping here, but I just want to point out there is such a thing as toxic charity.
Yes.
And I think you may have discussed this before. If you enable people who are consistently making the wrong decisions, and you, through the goodness of your heart, quote unquote, enable them to continue that, then you're contributing to their problems. And a lot of people don't think about that.
Yeah.
We've removed the consequences of bad decisions in so many things.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
And let me give you an example.
Well, we're out of time, but I appreciate the call.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll talk tomorrow, maybe. All right. Tomorrow, Matt Ritchie will be here. It'll be Nathan and Stephen, and I'll be back with you again on Wednesday. As Les Miles would say, have a great day.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of